evening and welcome to the May 19th Village of Tuckahoe Planning Board meeting. Nancy, please take attendance.
Commissioner Nierenberg.
Present.
Commissioner Charamella.
Present.
Commissioner Caliano.
Here.
Commissioner Gorman.
Present.
Chairman Leo.
Present. I'd like to have a motion to approve the meeting minutes held on April 21st.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
On this agenda this evening, we have one item, which is 73 Main Street. It's a return. Mr. Brandis?
Good evening. I'm Len Brandis, representing Subway. We have Frank, who's going to be the owner of the store and running the store. The location of the store is right on Main Street. It's 73. It's basically 2 buildings over from where we are right now. It's going west on north over here. I do have a entry plan for you, which is over here. I'm going to give you a small copy of it. We didn't meet before.
I know. Why didn't you submit prior to that?
Didn't have it.
Mr. Brandis, you know
I know.
this is becoming a habit.
You know, you canceled the meeting on me.
Which meeting?
It was a walkthrough. We were supposed to have a work session.
The work session.
We didn't
Work
cancel.
session.
We didn't cancel it. You didn't submit an application. You have to submit an application in order to have the work session. In other words, you submit the drawings, then we have the work session. If you don't submit any drawings, we're assuming you're not providing any additional information, so that's why the meeting was canceled.
Well, the difference here is that we did want to have a separate entrance. The original drawing showed an entrance in the center area. When I went there with the contractor, we tried to see if that actually worked. That was by the Subway engineers that worked that out. It actually doesn't work over there, but it does work over here in the far corner. At that point, we're at 0 to the sidewalk, to the street, to the building itself, the interior space, because this is on a pretty good slope over here, and we're down about 2.5 inches over here. So by creating a small sloped area here and a platform over here so the door can enter, we can actually create a separate entrance. Because right now, the entrance is only through the center entry over here, which goes to the nail salon, goes upstairs, and goes in. So having a separate private entry definitely makes a difference and makes it a lot better for everybody. So that is our proposal. Our seating count is down to 16 seats with this
One question before you leave that. You were able to, I know we had an applicant a few years ago who came in and wanted to do something in this space as well. And they proposed a handicap ramp, and we discovered that they really couldn't do the handicap ramp. So are you sure you can get the ramp to work?
We went through all sorts of areas there. Well, they wanted to do a handicap ramp on the sidewalk.
Correct, that was a little
Which
strange,
is
yeah.
impossible. They were also looking for a center entrance.
So explain.
Which is the same issue. Over at the center, I'm already I'm above the interior of the space.
Can, in the next plan, can you provide the elevations of the floor level elevations and spot elevations at either point?
I mean, I can.
Yes.
We need that, but we're at,
Yes.
I'm just letting you know, so we're at the same equal level at this corner right here, on the
Right.
bottom corner, equal level to the interior of the store.
Right.
And this is -2.5.
So what's the slope going up to that line there? Is it 1 to 12? I'm not sure.
It's a 1-on-12 slope is what we have. It varies over here, so it's 1-on-12. I have 2.5 feet here.
All right,
so
can you,
coming in.
I'd like to see a section to that when you get a chance.
Okay.
All right.
And that's Cameron Place?
No, that's
No,
the-
this
that's
is right on
Main-
Main Street.
Street.
This is on Main Street.
No, I know.
It's
from
Main
the-
Street,
it's-
yeah.
Oh, this is between the buildings.
Yeah, what he's done is, this is the existing entrance right now, it's just over here. What he's done is they're putting this in, this door path.
2, and you're going to add a third? Or are
No, there is only one door in the center here.
Yeah, right.
There's one door in the center, and from here, there's a steps down and step down
And
Right.
up.
and then go straight up. This leads to a center hallway right here.
So you're removing the door inside?
We're removing the door inside, which was over here, taking out that door, and creating our doorway, creating this area here so we can bring this ramp in over here. We're not coming on the sidewalk. We have the door extending out. And basically, it's dividing. These are all equal space. The glasses are all equal right now. So we're taking off that one section. It's 4 foot 7 inches wide.
The other question I have, do you have the 18 inches on the pull side of the door? Based on a 4'7", you probably
yes.
don't. Well, you don't, because
okay, yeah,
it's a
you're right,
3-foot
you're right,
door.
you're right.
It's a 3-foot
Right.
door.
But I only need 12 inches because I have more than 4 feet behind me.
My understanding is you need 18 inches on the pull side of the door. That's an ADA code.
Is if you don't have 4 feet behind the door. You only need 12 inches. If
I don't think.
that's the code.
Let's
We'll
double
go
check.
through that. We'll
Okay.
go through the code. But if you have 4 feet behind it, you're allowed 12 inches that you can pull back.
Okay, so again, I'd like some additional information on this vestibule, all right, the spot elevations,
Okay.
and.
I'll show you the handicap code, not a
Sure.
problem, it's easy,
Fine, okay.
easy to do.
And a section through the slope, just to dictating, to make sure
Mhm.
that's 1 to 12.
Okay.
And the reason why you sloped it on an angle like that, I just, because
Well,
that's at 0.
because
that's
we're
why-
at 0 over here at this
3.5.
corner, and
Right.
I want to bring everybody up to the same level as the
Got it.
building.
Okay,
And I want the water to flow away from this. I don't want water to come into the building, so this way we're at that point where it can flow down.
so what is the grade elevation of the store itself?
I don't have the grade number, the mean grade. I have to get that. I'll have to get
Okay.
that for you.
So I guess just a section, I guess, would be helpful.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, please continue.
Okay. The store itself, hours-wise, we're 10 to 10.
No,
10 to-
before you get to the store itself, I mean, there's a lot of logistics that we have to go through. Can you kind of walk us through how the operation is, deliveries, garbage,
Okay.
all that good stuff, so.
Okay. Deliveries.
Hours of operation would be, I
yep.
guess, yeah, okay.
Well, deliveries, we worked out, they come with smaller trucks, but we can have the trucks coming along Cameron Place over here and drop off here. The deliveries are only once a week, and we'll be coming that off hours. So this way, they're not going to be coming during business hours. It could be early morning or late in the evening after 10 o'clock.
How's that gonna be coordinated with the deliveries, in other words?
That's coordinated through,
So you're gonna tell your delivery company to park on Cameron, park at the corner, load onto dollies, and then bring it down into your
Right.
facilities to the
if
front
need be,
door?
yes. I mean, right now, you have all the other.
Maybe
stores
yes,
that
or
are-
if that's the way you're doing it? I'm trying to understand.
That
exactly.
is what we're planning on doing at this time.
Okay, so that would be part of a condition of approval?
Yep.
Okay,
Is that correct with everything? Yeah.
continue.
In terms of garbage collection, there are areas in the back of the building, which we just show. Actually, you have a small plan that shows that. The garbage is actually back here and comes out to this.
What plan do we have? I'm sorry.
There was a site plan that you had, not the one I handed from your original package.
Okay.
This,
I believe it was on the original package. If you don't, then I'll bring it the next time.
No, there's no site plan.
Then I'll bring it next time with the original package.
Okay.
But the garbage containers we have, this is an open yard back here.
Right.
And we are going to have the containers over here, and we've worked out that we're going to be bringing it through here, which is where the garbage is presently being taken care of.
What type of volume do you anticipate?
That we're going to need to bring these gentlemen in. I know you worked out with the sanitation department also how often the pickup's going to be, as I recall. I have a schedule, yes.
Please identify yourself, take the microphone and speak,
Yes,
please.
hi, I'm Frank Medeo.
Hi, Frank.
Hi.
So tell us about the garbage and how much volume you anticipate.
I spoke with the DP,
Frank DeMarco?
Frank DeMarco, yes. And
Okay.
he said that they will handle the garbage and,
What does that mean? Now, for example, you tell, from what I heard Mr. Brandon say, is you're taking the garbage, you're going to store it in the back of the store, correct?
yes.
In that yard area, that
Yes.
overgrown yard area, right? So then, how many times a week are they going to pick up your garbage?
I believe it was, I don't remember exactly, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think that they said that we have to schedule, that's not scheduled.
Okay, so you need to schedule the trash, what is this?
This is the schedule that we got from Frank DeMarco and that is the last letter on the last page has the letter with the amounts for picking up the.
Household and vessel glass, metal pickup, e-waste, holding disposal.
Now we can-
But is this a residential, commercial, what is it?
Commercial and residential, yeah.
I'm not sure how to read this. Can you walk me through it? This is the first time I've seen this document.
That's Frank's document.
Yeah, this is the email from.
Bulk
Mrs.
items,
don't
households, right, multiple colored pickups, e-waste, recyclable metal, and organic waste. All right, so I mean, not to waste everybody's time here this evening, if you could just clarify.
What days they will be there?
Right, so I need to understand, since you're gonna store the recycles and general garbage in the back in containers, right? You need to understand the size of the containers, okay? And since you're putting these in the back, is DPW coming through that corridor coming all the way in the back to get your trash, or you're gonna bring them in the front?
We're bringing it to the front. That's what I was under the assumption. that
So
we-
you're
we're storing it-
responsible-
We're storing it in the back, and then somebody will be bringing it out in the front, and we'll be
Okay.
leaving it out there.
And the other question I have for you, how are you screening your trash? Is there some sort of a screening closure? Because there's a parking lot right above that area up there.
We were gonna make containers, yeah.
We're enclosing it.
Hi, my name's Gus Demopoulos. I'm the owner of the building, and I'm going to require probably a picket fence enclosure.
Okay.
You know, I don't know whether it's 5 or 6 feet high, whatever standard picket fencing is.
Well, you got to be careful. Please check with the building code because it's the requirements in fence
Yeah,
heights.
I've already spoken briefly with Mr.
Okay.
Seminara about it, but just proposing whatever it is, whatever permit we need. But I myself would require that it all be enclosed with a picket fence.
Right. The other thing I'm concerned about is that area back there. I visited this evening. It's overgrown. Is there any are you going to maintain that in any way? Because I'm concerned, that we're not going to, and you're going to have food waste back there. I know hopefully it's going to be enclosed in sealed trash cans, I just don't want that to become an issue back there. So it needs to be maintained better than it is right now.
Believe it or not, if you want to believe me, 30 days ago, nothing was growing, and all of
Well,
a
middle
sudden,
of winter, of
weather
course.
changed. No, I'm just saying, spring happened real quick on me. I looked out a couple of days ago. It's terrible. I already told Mr. Seminara I would take care of it.
Okay.
It really just did sprout up very quickly.
Yeah, no question. And I just want to make sure that there's some sort of a plan in place to, again, if we're going to have food waste back there, and I want to make sure that the canisters are enclosed well, locked, and you have a screen, and that area should be clean. So again, you don't want any issues, any rodent issues on your property, I'm assuming, right?
Absolutely.
And with food, unfortunately, it's a potential, so you need to be very
I
careful
have a
with that.
service contract with an exterminator, which he and I are going to need to talk about upgrading because food is food.
Of course,
There's
yeah.
going to be problems, and my office
No
is
question.
upstairs. And I
Yeah,
don't need
you're
that.
going to have friends, yes.
I don't need friends. I have enough. Thank you.
And with the recycling, does the recycling get picked up the same time as the residential on Wednesdays?
Again, I think that's a schedule.
Oh, okay.
You need to understand that. And again, I want to make sure all containers will be sealed, even the recyclable ones, because all the sugars that are going to be in cups or in glassware, that needs to be sealed because it's going to attract things.
These are using large garbage cans, basically regular containers, because we're going to an alleyway, we can't have,
No, I understand fully, but I want to make sure that you have some sort of a locking mechanism on it. I don't know if it's a clasp or something. Yes, you could get those large, 40, 50 gallons trash cans, but make sure that they're lockable because, I know the raccoons go into my garbage can, and so I'm sure you're gonna be more attractive than my garbage for sure. Yes, Mr. Seminar.
May I suggest that maybe they go and speak with the DPW commissioner and get a kind of an estimate of how many containers we may need?
Yes.
Because, this could become an issue where we'll end up we could potentially have 6 or 7 garbage cans in front of this location the night before a
Right.
pickup. Because if
That-
the
well, that-
VW is not gonna pick them up.
Well, again, the second question is where, I know there's an alleyway there. I'm not sure if you're placing the garbage cans in the alleyway or on the street, so we need to define that as well. So, Mr. Brandes, if you could indicate that on the plans, locate the number of garbage cans you're gonna require, and where they're gonna be positioned, at the time of pickup. All right? So, get a schedule, and just let us know what kind of trash you're gonna generate. Okay? Deliveries. We have deliveries on top, right? What else do we have? We have this, trash, parking. Parking, I understand from the zoning board resolution, you've acquired 4 parking spaces. And then, is it in a camera lot you've acquired them?
Yes, we were able to require them next door.
The camera,
Yes.
okay.
Hours of operation,
It said 10 to
10
10.
to 10?
10 to 10?
How late is the bodega open? Do you know? Across the street.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Okay. The other question, I'm sorry.
The last time they told us, Monday through Friday, it would
Is
be
your mic on?
10:30 to 10. Oh, sorry. Last time they were here, they said 10:30 to 10, Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday would be an earlier closing, but we need to know what they are. Exactly, yeah. Okay.
And you show in the elevation, so I understand the doorway is new, right? So you got to check to see about the ADA code, which may require one additional panel. Are you doing any sort of additional work to the bottom of the bulkhead of the elevation? Yeah, I mean, I see stone over here. Is that,
We're doing stone to match the existing.
Okay.
We're wrapping it the same way as a note on the drawing to match the existing glass house.
which drawing does it say on? I'm sorry.
I hand it to you.
Didn't get a chance to look at it yet.
I hand it to you this day.
Glass partition with stone knee wall to match existing, okay. And then you showed the subway sign up there. What are you doing with that subway sign? I know it's not our purview, but what's your intent?
Actually, we've been researching subway signs all over the place.
Okay,
I didn't like the one they have in Greenwich, Connecticut on Greenwich Avenue. That's pretty ugly.
okay.
The one that we're coming out with right now, we're looking for a wood sign. Actually, I'll pass this around. The bottom right, so it's this corner one right here, which has a little gold on it that's cut out wood and doesn't have the plastic light-up sign like you see in some of the cheap subway areas.
Which suggests you might need lighting to illuminate it, which I see,
Oh, yeah,
gooseneck
there-
lamp.
This
Some
lamp.
lighting over there.
We can share it.
We can, yeah.
We're good at that. This is the Greenwich one.
So the subway on the lower left corner still
Lower
has,
left corner subway, which
still
has with gold instead of being yellow.
Right.
And it's a wood sign that has carving around it with the notches.
are you proposing the gooseneck as well, or how are you gonna illuminate that?
Are you putting signs? That's up to you as well.
To do the lighting,
Yes.
Yeah,
I have no problem.
I just need to understand how you're gonna illuminate this sign. I know it's gonna be a non-illuminated sign. I know you're gonna be open until 10 o'clock in the evening.
To be perfectly honest,
Oh, no, I'm not asking for gooseneck, so I'm saying is, what are you guys doing?
to be perfectly honest with you, as from the ownership standpoint, if it was going to be lighting, I would insist on goose neck versus some other ugly illumination.
Yeah, you gotta be careful because you have two retail stores on the facade there, so you wanna make sure that they're somewhat consistent. So if you're gonna do, what's good for the goose, gotta be also good for the gander, so you gotta think about that before you make that type of decision.
Yeah, I just want it to look nice. That's
No, I agree.
Whether it's gooseneck or something else, you know.
Okay.
And right now, there's no lighting on there at all. There is a street light near the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the photograph of the-
and the nail shop next door, how,
Photograph over here. There's no lighting, I guess never has been lighting on those stores.
Yeah, correct, but
No,
I guess the hours of
that's-
operation are
it's
quite
open
different
till
now.
10. And the nail salon seems to be lit from within. What are their hours?
About 6 o'clock.
They close at about 7, sometimes 7:30, but about 7.
You know you still have to go to the sign and awning with this anyway.
Yes, absolutely. But we want to give you an idea of what we're doing. We're
Right.
not looking to put a cheap plastic sign up. We're
Right.
Okay.
looking to make it, we want it to be nice for the town.
The other question in plan, you show you go into the basement. Where does that, what is that, a corridor? What's going back there?
There's a small car that's, look at the large plan. It goes down, just that little hallway that goes into the basement itself.
Oh, okay.
Are we gonna
Are you doing
have
any sort of venting for the kitchen? Any sort of,
It doesn't
the ovens?
require- It does not require Ansel system. There is no actual cooking. There's microwave. There's basic heating. It's all. So we just need a regular ventilation itself.
but isn't the bread cooked on premises?
Yeah, in a oven, but the oven doesn't require, there's no grease or anything like that, so it does not require Ansel systems. It
No,
does
no.
require venting,
The vent.
steam, but it doesn't require.
How are you venting out?
Is it like a Pret-a-Manger
We're
oven?
venting out where we're going out the back on that one?
They just open
We're
it.
going out the back, correct? Yes.
Just identify where you're gonna go
Got it.
on the drawings. So when you come back, make sure you provide, I guess, all the information we spoke about, and also address all the comments specifically at the back of the property.
Did you want to say this?
Yes, Mr.
Chairman, I
Garcia.
have two quick questions or comments. Just per our code.
I don't think you're on.
Am I on it? Am I on now? Okay. So per our code, the applicant would need to show the location, design, and proposed screening of outdoor storage areas including proposed provisions for refuse storage and collection. So he's going to need to show that on the plans, how he's going to screen that. And that's per our code. And also, we're going to need to know, is the applicant going to be using the basement for anything?
Not at this time. We have no plan on using that area.
Okay.
So based on that, let me ask you this question. So you're delivering once a week, you guys told us?
Once a week is deliveries, yes.
Okay, so you're gonna get I'm looking at your plan, I'm not sure where you're gonna store once a week's worth of volume since you're not using the basement. You got a lot of
We have the refrigerator and freezer there. Look at the large plan, the large plan that you have, not the one that I
but
gave you.
you're looking at a week's worth of products.
That is how Subway works.
I'm not sure you got enough capacity to, because everything's par-baked, right? Everything comes ready, all you have to do is just throw it in an oven and you're cooking, and I'm familiar with the Subway systems, yeah. It just, and all the ones I've worked on, they require an 8x8 walk-in cooler and an 8x8 freezer. I don't see anything that size here. Am I missing?
On the large plan that you have, not my plan. My plan is basically the front entry.
Okay.
Go back to these
Oh,
plans right
sorry.
here.
Okay, you got them back here. 48, 47, okay. Sorry. Yeah, you cheated with this little plan, all right.
Did they have this refrigerator?
Yeah, they're on.
Where is it?
Oh, they're in this plan.
I know, but can you
They're
show me
back
on?
here.
Okay.
Gary, you were just mentioning about the basement. If they decide to use the basement, you were going to,
It'd be part of a site plan,
okay.
the overall site plan, so we would need to
So
see
later down the
what they're gonna be
road, if
doing.
they decide to use it, they would have
They
to
would go
come
to the
back?
building department, see if they would need to go back here.
Okay.
It would be,
It's an existing basement, existing building, so it's just there. We do need, we have to do, if we need storage for boxes or something, we may use it, but right now we have no plans or no need to use it this month.
Oh,
I can assure you they're not gonna use the basement. It's not in their lease and I won't let them.
oh, okay.
My basement, I have to store in the box. Just to be.
It's not necessary with the way everything's set up.
Okay.
How much foot traffic do you expect per day? I mean, how many customers are you really expecting per day? You said you did studies, so what do they tell us?
The average Subway, I would say, oh, Lou Vitale's my name. The average Subway would, Lou Vitale. The average Subway would say does about $8,200 a week in sales. I mean, that's kind of a guideline.
80 to what, I'm sorry?
$8,200 a week.
$8,200.
That's what our territory average is. I mean, it's kind of hard to predict, nor would I feel comfortable predicting what his sales are going to be.
What's the average?
I
I'm sorry.
said foot traffic.
Foot traffic,
You can what is
800 people a week,
so your average check is $8.20?
about, give or take.
Okay,
It
now-
varies a little bit from site to site. You know, certain towns, depending on the pricing.
800 people per week, really?
$10 a check.
I know Subway had looked at other areas in the village, because they've been wanting to go in the village, and Subway is actually the one who's been doing the test, checking all the areas and doing the demographics. And there was a spot right on, across the street over here on Columbus, right here, and they've determined that wasn't enough foot traffic, because we're really expecting basically foot traffic for people coming in, people coming off the train, going home late, people coming from the office buildings and medical center up the road. So that's really expecting everybody with foot traffic in here, not really expecting cars, people coming in with cars and going to the space.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
We're going to wait on the deliveries, the description for deliveries, or we're
Correct.
going to go with
they're gonna-
that tonight?
Well, they're saying the deliveries are going to be done on Cameron once a week.
That's
And as
it?
part of a resolution, I'm sure Gary will put that as a condition.
I can do that
Thank you.
if you like.
Yes.
Okay.
Could I make a motion to open the public hearing, since we have someone here this evening? I'm assuming here to speak on this
So
subject?
moved.
Are you here to speak on the subject? Well, I'm going to make a motion to open the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone here this evening to speak on this application? Since there is no one willing to come up and speak on this application, I'm going to keep the public meeting open until the next meeting.
So
So,
we get the new documents.
okay, so should I make a motion to close this section of the public hearing?
No, just.
Keep it open.
Open.
That's it? Just make a motion to keep it open?
No, just
No,
leave it
just
open.
carry it, just say you're gonna carry it, and that's
All right,
fine.
so, any other questions before we,
Not at this
okay,
time.
so at this point, you have what we're looking for, so we'll see you at potentially the next workshop or the next public meeting. If you don't submit, Mr. Brandis, if you don't submit a package and you're the only applicant on it, we're not gonna have a meeting. If you submit a
Okay.
package, we'll be happy to have a meeting for you.
Okay,
It's just so you clearly understand,
absolutely.
all right?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You.
I'll make a motion to close the the planning board meeting.
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everybody.
This, I believe, is